And we're rolling.
Hello, everybody, to another fantastic episode of the Now with That Attitude podcast, the only podcast where we will try to write you into a fanfic where you're in a harem of with ferrets and shit like that. So, as always, as, as always, I am your resident Dr. Calipigian, and joining me today is Tick. Is just the guys
Yeah,
today.
just a guy
Yeah,
episode for now.
right,
Our
right.
local
See how
penguin fell asleep, so
Yeah, right. Might actually have some no some cool chill conversations today. No females allowed.
hashtag Boys Club GG No Scope 360. Put it on
No.
Twitter. uh,
Well, anyway, let me let's see. So I was thinking the other day.
yeah,
So sorry. So a week ago we finally got our first reveal of Monster Hunter Wilds.
right.
And 'cause I was thinking about it because like you and I mean, there's not much to say about it, but I realized you and I hadn't really like gone any depth on it or what
Right,
our
we
like
never really actually
thoughts
talked
are.
about it much.
Right.
Yeah.
Because yeah, because I've been like looking at other like breakdowns and other people's
Yeah, same
theories and shit
actually.
on it online. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I like to look at it. Like I've been seeing a lot, so I've just been like putting them on in the background and listen. Like, oh, good point.
Right. Because I think it's like pretty safe to say that there's like it like obviously very much has the world foundation on it and they added to it.
Yeah,
Because I mean
definitely.
yeah, because you have on the because on the hunter, you see he's got the scout fly cage on his belt. He's got like a slinger on his arm.
Right.
It's like I think it's definitely smaller than the like original one, but yeah, it has that.
Yep.
And then of course the fucking the logo at the end because like it's like the
Right.
Monster Hunter part of the logo exact same as World as well
Yeah.
there. So
Yeah, it's very world style. So it's like I think they very clearly fed out the fact that World does after even with Rises, release like World just
mhm.
maintained such a heavy popularity.
Right.
And like hell, World continued to grow even throughout Rise's, entire career as a Monster Hunter main game.
Yeah,
You
because like
know,
people, like, obviously the Rise came out, people were like all happy with that, and they went to that. But I think as soon as like pretty much that was mostly done, like everyone started going back to World.
right? Like there's a heavy, clear thing for World, and like there's a reason why. It's honestly a really good game.
Right.
Like there's let's not like to say that World didn't have its problems. Like there are a few that I could complain about. Like honestly, they held their hand a lot and shit like that. But other than that,
Hmm.
like World was just like it was well done, had really good graphics, like great monsters. Like they just did a lot with World that they should have done with games previously for sure.
Hmm. Right. Because what was I thinking of? Because yes, but going back to the slinger we saw in the teaser.
Yeah.
So it's like so so now the question is, are we getting the clutch claw back?
Yeah, it looks like it realistically, which it's like we all because like also when you think about it, they never technically took away the clutch claw in a sense because they had the wire bugs and Rise, which
Right.
obviously it wasn't a clutch claw, but it worked in a similar ish fashion.
Yeah, just clutch claw with extra steps.
Right, so it's like it's definitely a case where I feel like we're either gonna get that back or something of that nature.
Right.
Like I feel like it would be nice if they could like nerf it a little bit, perhaps, because like Clutch Claw was OP. Like if
Yeah,
you
because I've always heard like a
yeah
lot of those split opinions when it comes to the clutch. Because I mean, because for me,
right
I really I don't care. I mean, it didn't really feel overpowered to me.
right
Because I mean, it just like it was, and it was like it was simple enough to the point where it's like I don't even have to like think about it. I can just like
right. You just know to
react
do
and use
it.
it whatever. Right. I don't have to like actually actively think about how I'm going to use it. It's just like
Yeah.
boom there opportunity. Boom there go. It's
Right, and then
like
like end of the
don't have
day,
to worry about it.
every game you get, you're gonna have some kind of complaint about it. But I mean, like that's the thing. It's like
Hmm.
this, like my big gripe when I hear that a lot is like, this thing's optional, right, people?
Uh-huh.
Like,
Uh-huh.
like nobody's forcing you to use the clutch claw. Like literally nobody.
Right.
You
Because I
know,
mean the first half of the game didn't have it until Iceborne came
Right,
out.
exactly.
So.
Like it's not like someone's holding a gun to my head and telling me use the clutch claw, use it right now. Like, yeah, people
Use the
go
fucking mechanic, gotta play it right.
right. Like people really be acting like that though. They're like, they be ranting about it like someone actually did hold a gun to their head. I mean, hey, maybe something that happened. I don't know, but still. Yeah, so yeah, I've heard a lot about like obviously they kept it exceedingly vague though in terms of wilds and
Right,
but I kind of liked that horde thing. It looked
right.
interesting, and like I also appreciated the more dynamic movement stuff it had. I'm really
Yes.
excited for that all terrain mount.
Right. Oh, I can't wait for that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like like let's be real, we're gonna have people complaining, oh they make it's gonna make the game too easy now. It's like I don't care, it's a fucking cool ass like raptor thing that can switch stances.
You're right.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because one thing I was hearing related to that is
yeah.
so like whether or not it's going to act like the Palamutes, where obviously you can
Right.
traverse on it, but will it help you in combat at all, or will it just be strictly for traversal, or
Right.
okay,
That's kind of my
will
question.
there be mounted combat?
Right. Yeah, because
Right,
like from the trailer, at least it looked like there was some level of mounted combat almost. When like there was that part where like he was like running around that group of fuzzy things or whatever,
of
and
the
just
like
like
the pangolin looking things.
yeah, and just like shooting them and shit with random things like
Was he shooting
or
stuff?
I thought it was something like that. Hold on, let me go back to the trailer now.
Yeah, because I literally just watched it before. I was kind of like do a little quick
Yeah,
refresher,
let me
but
double
like I don't.
check.
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah, because it looked like it was only just running the entire time.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see here. Okay, so there's run through the herd of things. There's a sandstorm. Okay, no, it's where he's right, yeah, just running around them with the with the lightning striking though.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So but it almost looked like the way the camera angle worked out. And this could be just purely for a trailer. Like
Yeah, right,
as
right.
said, in-game footage, but it's obviously doesn't mean it's gonna be gameplay, just in-game
Mm-hmm.
footage. So
Right.
that almost looked like the way they did. They did that camera angle in a very dynamic manner. Almost felt like they're trying to introduce a means to still attack while riding. Because I mean, to be fair, they did that with the Palamutes.
I think
Where
it
like
was very
it was very minor. Yeah, you
simple
can
though, right?
only
Yeah.
you can only have the dog knife them. But like it's
Right,
still like a form of mount combat. So I think maybe they might be adding something of that nature, perhaps.
right. Yeah, because
Yeah.
especially with obviously because it has the light bow gun in that side saddle there, so I could easily see you
Right.
like being able
See.
to shoot right like run and gun
Yeah.
while
True.
on the back of that thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely curious to see how that would work out. But
Mm-hmm. But what was I thinking of oh yeah, yeah. So going back to no
yeah.
the monsters that are chasing him in the beginning.
Okay.
So obviously it has the fucking
Yeah. That like
bear skeleton. He's using the bear skeleton model
yeah. Yep.
from like Arzuros, and like it's more specifically the what's it fucking called from
Uh.
Rise, the
Oh yeah.
like the ice oni thing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forget what that was, but yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, cause I could tell like just right away when it started like attacking shit. I was like, oh, okay. So I think it's probably like
Right.
so like safe. So safe. So I think probably like safe bet at the very least, if not that specific monster. But I think we're definitely gonna
Right.
get no bear type monsters again
Yeah.
in
Yep.
this one. I mean, it's like I think, yeah, they have to bring at least some of the Rise monsters over because they'd be stupid not to.
Right. Like usually with every game,
Um,
they always bring at least one or two things back from like a old generation at minimal, or
yeah,
if not the
yeah,
last.
or like from the most recent game, yeah.
Yeah, they usually do that. So I mean, like it just makes sense to keep up with that pattern.
Hmm. And we need Gamoth back, man. It's been so long since we had Gamoth.
Right. Like they literally brought back like Mizutsune and the Glavenus and but they didn't bring
Yeah,
back our boy Gameth.
yeah, because they Glavdus in World, and then Musa Susan was back in Rise. So, oh
Yeah.
yeah, and fucking um
Yeah.
Astalos, yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah,
That
that's
fourth
back
one.
too.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm
It's
God,
like yeah,
I love his
Astalos was
music.
cool. Yeah.
Da, 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 da,
Uh,
da.
yeah, it's like And like the one thing Monster Hunter's really kept up, of course, is like its soundtrack and everything.
Oh, it's so good.
It's always had that like music that really gets you going, it makes you like feel that like the world you're in.
Right?
And like I
Oh
can't
God.
wait for good old Monster Hunter Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh, please don't put like a million shrines across the map that we have to
Oh
fucking
no! Imagine
no.
Monster Hunter Tears of the Kingdom.
Uh,
Yeah, but by the way they like showed the end of the trailer, it feels like they're pushing definitely for a more open world feel, like much more open world that is.
right.
Which I think my big thing is like I think it could work, but the whole thing is like they would have to figure out a way to make it work properly. Like they
Uh,
did it in a bit in world, just in the fact that they had areas where you could just openly explore and hunt and stuff. But the big thing is they made
right.
you hunt stuff. It's like they made you track it. They made you use it like stuff to like actually find the monster. You sneak around and stuff. Like it was an actual
Hmm.
hunt. It's not
Right.
just a fight, but an actual hunt.
Right.
And I think they need to keep that essence in Monster Hunter because I
Oh,
mean
for
it is
sure.
called Monster Hunter, not Monster Fighter. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, see, and that also like with the open world aspect, that begs the question where I mean, obviously there's still going to be
Mhm.
I mean, there has to be like still like towns or slash pubs that you can go to and whatnot for no make crafting new gear and other winter maintenance, things like that. But
Right.
as far as I think they're probably at least I would hope they would open it up more, like having because obviously you have the campsites you can discover in World and Iceborne.
Right.
But I think with this, if they have like a portable campsite feature
Hmm.
where you can lay down a campground where or almost wherever you want. I think that could probably work fairly well.
Yeah, sort of like a miniature camp thing, kind of
Hmm.
like a temporary setup. It
Right,
would make sense to have a means to basically be nomadic, honestly, if they're doing an open world Monster Hunter.
right. Because looking back at the series as a whole, that's probably like the one restriction I'm like I really want to get out of just having to like or constantly like all right back to hub then quest eat go back to camp quest eat go and just like I really want to like break away from that routine a bit more.
Right. Yeah, I do agree. Like, it's kind of one of those things where like it would be nice to also kind of do other things too.
Hmm.
Like imagine, so how they've had obviously the Monster Hunter the stories. That's it. The you can.
Oh yeah.
That it would be interesting to see them integrate that into this, like in a partial manner, like
Hmm.
where maybe you encounter riders or something like that. Because like also it'd
Okay.
be really cool to see that in like full world style graphics too.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
like it was the stories thing was like all just like chibi as hell and like
Oh yeah. Very.
I'm like on one hand it's not like they slacked badly. It's just it was enjoyable, but I feel like they still
Yeah.
could have also done way more too.
Hmm. Yeah. See now that's got me thinking because
Yeah.
going back to the monsters that chase Hunter beginning of the trailer.
Right.
So I think there's see like their size like kind of caught my attention a
Okay.
bit because like in regards to like from what we're used to in general when it comes to fighting no quote unquote large monsters.
Right. It's like actually massive ass beasts that.
Right.
Right.
Whereas these are like they're like smaller than those, but still larger than the quote
Yeah.
unquote small
Yeah,
monsters.
they're like that weird like they're larger than we typically see of monsters of that nature. That is.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially considering with the skeleton they're based off of.
Right.
So with you talking or throwing in the Monster Hunter Stories element,
Yeah.
like potentially have like a new category size of monsters that we could like possibly tame,
Yeah,
even or
that
even
would actually be
temporarily
that would
even.
be actually quite interesting. I think to have that
Right.
like kind of like Pokemon Ranger style of thing where you just
Yes.
temporarily like they have like maybe it's sort of that thing where like they have like certain temperaments or certain monsters obviously have temperaments that
Hmm.
allow them to be tamed under certain circumstances like you use a certain food or whatever
Right.
but yeah that would definitely be interesting especially since with the wire bugs obviously they had the where you could be
Oh yeah,
master puppets.
the puppetry
Yeah,
skill.
so
Yeah, yeah.
I almost feel like that might be a nod to a potential future, thing in Wilds. You know,
Right.
like it could be a case where maybe we will be able to, mount and ride a monster just like, after we befriend it or whatever.
Right. Or maybe that's like a new feature of the clutch law, assuming
That
if they're
too,
bringing
maybe,
that back,
or like,
right?
yeah, maybe you
Yeah.
could like create like, do a quick little like reigns situation, like
Right.
just halter that bitch and then like get him.
Yeah. I can also like easily see where so like again with the monsters chasing you, I could easily see you luring that to your actual target,
Right, and then it's like
and
a
then they all
mob,
just like
like
dogpile on your. On
yeah.
your I
So
was like, oh, that'd be
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, that would actually make for some really interesting, like turf war kind of style things.
Right.
Because like imagine you just see like Rathalos getting like absolutely overwhelmed by those like bundle of things, just being like a sea of them just like swarming it. Then you got your boy Rajang. He has to go like Super Saiyan to get out or something.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Does the classic anime thing where he like gets completely smothered and then just like Rajang dun dun dun, just like just blows them all
Just
away in all directions and just he's like gone full Super Rajang.
like just full on no Neo Matrix Reloaded after like just dogpile just like boom explodes the
Yeah,
monsters.
right. Basically. Just, uh,
Oh god, that'd be so good. Yeah, I can easily see
yeah,
that.
that would be kind of neat, honestly, to have that
Yeah,
kind
and
of turf war-y thing.
that much because I again think yeah, because obviously we got the obviously the new turf forwards for the new monsters in Rise, but I
Right,
think if they can just take it to the next level and have like a bit more have it be a bit more dynamic, that'd be great.
right.
Let's see the oh, God. All right, so yeah, so going back to the whole
Yeah.
lightning thing with the lightning
Oh,
spires and whatnot, I'm
yeah.
still I I'm still it makes me so worried because the fucking Monster Hunter movie. That was the whole thing with the Monster Hunter
Right.
movie. I'm
Yeah.
so worried. Please
Right, like
no.
I really hope they don't add some stupid thing in like that, or like imagine if they did like some like uh cameo. That's what they're called. Like, oh my god, I would just like throw my computer out the window.
You're right.
It's just
Because you remember the whole crossover quest they did in World
right.
with where you play as what's her face
Yeah.
Strider Archer, I don't fuck her
Yeah.
name, but
Whatever. Yeah. Yep.
right, where like the whole like she ends up knowing the new world and she meets the admiral and gives him her book whatever that's how he learned her language or whatnot,
Right.
and then fast forward however many years to the movie and then they meet up again.
Right. It's like, oh my gosh.
Ah!
Yeah, it's like, because the movie definitely didn't do the series any justice at all.
No, not at all. God, it
Yeah.
make no fucking sense, dude. Because like the whole, because I mean, like aside from the hunting large monsters aspect of it, the whole like one of the main messages of it is cooperation, balance,
Right.
it with nature and things like camaraderie.
Right. And instead it
Where
was just,
where
like, and the tough part too is like it was just like fucking. She also all it did was just like make her just like learn dual blades in like what 2 days or whatever.
you're
Like
right.
absolutely master that shit within like 2 days at and stuff. And then they just
Yeah,
like
because
fucking nuke a Rathalos. just
like the admiral using his switch that's completely wrong. There's like just for whatever reason it can burst into flames. And he's just twirling it around to divert all the aptin off. I'm like, what
right,
is this?
right. That feels more like a glaive thing, really, not like the
Ah,
yeah. It's just odd. And I think that's my thing is like too is like I don't like movies where the director clearly hasn't been involved in the game, like even just simply play it.
no, but see, that's the thing. The developers of the game were there with the
Oh
director,
my
and they were a
god.
part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it makes no
Yeah.
fucking sense.
Well, I
Why
mean,
this was so bad?
yeah. So the tough part with that is like in the whole Hollywood shindig, it's like usually even when you are there as like a game developer and stuff, is like the tough part
Right.
there is like you're not always the one calling the shots. You're like
Yeah.
you're basically like low down.
Yeah,
And you're
because
just on the end of like I guess this is okay. That's what you're there for basically.
yeah, and granted, they're not Capcom isn't Nintendo, right?
Right. Like Nintendo can't just
They're
be
not
like
the actual. They're not the monstrosity that is Nintendo that can actually
yeah, right.
afford to,
They're not like a powerhouse, quite
Right.
so much. They can't just take on the entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's probably also a good reason why they might have not been able to have much say.
Now they can't be like, no, the muscular chef holds his mug like this.
Yeah, right. Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
You know what would have been a really hilarious reference though in the Mario movie, just kind of like a little side note, is like
Mm.
if they had come in and you know, made Bowser hold his tea, that exact way.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
right.
just as a nod to to Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised they didn't do that at all.
I feel like that would have been such a great little thing, like
Yeah.
just a really funny little like nod to that. Like totally missed opportunity. uh,
Oh,
yeah,
but anyway, going back to the whole lightning rods thing. So
yeah,
that so, so that's I'm wondering how they're going to expand on that because
right,
we obviously we saw like that sandstorm roll in.
right.
And it was all just chaos or lightning beating down. Like, and you even have some of the indigenous life that have adapted to those lightning strikes.
Right, yeah, because you see it strike one of them and it just like eats it
Hmm.
basically.
Yeah,
Because
because I
it
mean,
even has that little pillar on its back to
yeah,
absorb it.
right. I think I'd like, yeah,
Yeah,
like it clearly evolved to have that extra long spike, so it can draw the no lightning strikes to it
right.
instead of to like all the what I'm assuming are all the females around it.
Yeah, something like that. And then
Hmm.
it almost looks like it's using that almost in a sense like almost like weaponry to against those things.
Hmm.
It's hard to tell because like that big fluffy, I don't know what the hell it is, but anyway, whatever that thing was, that Yeti bear.
Yeah,
It
right.
was attacking something else entirely at the moment of the lightning struck its horn. So it's like you don't
Yeah, I
really
think it
know
was
whether that's like a counterattack or if it's just simply there.
right. Yeah, because I think it was Rage Gaming videos because they were talking about that specifically for a bit
Yeah,
because obviously as far as like a no just like evolutionary no wildlife standpoint obviously no
yeah,
so it evolved to have that draw light string strikes to it so when no hit like the females or whatnot and obviously you saw like all the birds riding along with it so I can see like the other indigenous life taking advantage of that in order to
right.
get protection from the storms
Yeah,
so I was just like so I love seeing them no keep on continuing with the whole like okay this is a whole functioning ecosystem and everything's playing off each other so I'm really loving that they're still continuing with that
right,
and
and
expanding on that.
yeah, it's definitely nice. And my big thing, like, part of me too is like either they could implement the lightning as actually an important mechanic, or it could just merely be they're showing off environmental hazards is all.
Right.
You know,
I'm, I mean it must do some well sassy I don't know if that's
yeah,
just like because obviously at the very end you see like the sandstorm clear and like all
right,
the
and everything
clears away
just
all the dust
yeah, and
and everything kind of comes
we look
alive again so
upon the Great Valley.
right yeah so I'm wondering if it's also like a form of so like how in World Iceborne you had the whole
Yeah,
oh what's it called like the energy the bioenergy flowing through the world and whatnot so I'm wondering if that's another aspect of it
yeah,
that they're going with the lightning because I can easily see it like okay it hits the spires and it kind of like supercharges the ground and helps energize the land
yeah,
to help keep everything healthy and flourishing.
right. So yeah, like yeah, it could be like similar to wildfires doing that for sure.
Hmm. Yep.
Because like how they have that dust clears, like it almost like alludes to how wildfires would do that. Like it could and especially with the way the spires are built, they
Right.
don't really look man made. At least
It's,
they don't
I mean,
seem like it
I mean,
ish.
like
Like
they do and they don't. It's
yeah,
like,
it's one of those weird things. Cause like to be fair, it's like the world has like a bunch of weird shit in our world alone that it looks man made, but it's really not. It's just simply nature having carved out something very convenient looking.
right.
So it's kind of like and like does have patterns when it gets hit by the lightning. In that
Hmm.
part where you see the gliding, but like also at the same time, it's like it could just be like similar to that whole world energy thing. Too.
Right.
It's just like it's just simply causing patterns from the world's energy is like creating a runic thing that is just simply
Hmm.
there. Or, I don't know, but because patterns do exist in nature overall.
Right. Yeah,
It's
because the other possibility is because obviously, God damn it, yeah, because going back to the fucking Monster Hunter movie. So if this is like
right.
remnants of some ancient civilization
True. Yep.
that put these spires around,
Yeah, exactly. Because they maybe figured
right?
out that's what keeps the ecosystem healthy.
Hmm.
And like I think that would be interesting. Like I wouldn't mind a, like a sort of an ancient civilization exploration situation. Just I
Right.
just obviously hope they do it right and they don't. I'd really rather they not nod to the Monster Hunter movie at all.
Yeah, please don't.
I just feel like that would really ruin the immersion
Yeah.
part of it or something. It's yeah, uh, yeah, and yeah, it's uh,
He's like, please, just leave that in the abyss. No one wants it. Don't let us see the light of day ever again.
right. Now a big question I have, or a big, it's like so I found a weird, really far out there, um, I guess you could say kind of like theory that
Mm-hmm.
there's MZ.
There's M.
Yep. So I found this really fucking weird theory that honestly I just cannot see it whatsoever. Is that supposedly the monster we're riding was like a past reminiscen of Giasmagorm or Geismagorm. Sorry.
Guys, hold
Yeah,
on.
Gaismagorm.
Oh my god, computer, please. There we go. Spell it.
Yeah.
Spell it again.
Gaismagorm.
Uh huh. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah, it's like I just can't see it honestly at all.
What the? What? How?
I don't know where the person who said it like whipped that theory out their ass, but like it was just right. I was like, where did you get this, my guy?
Right. Like,
No matter how you put it, I just can't see that thing having been like a past iteration of Geismagorm.
it's like maybe the head. No, assuming when the mouth isn't open. When the mouth
right, like I
But that's
guess,
it.
like yeah, because like it has like a similar facial, shape anyway. At least in terms of the muzzle, like has that like long, but like a lot of monsters have that. To be fair, as well.
All right, yeah, no, this is like some like alien titan shit going on.
Yeah, so it's like it's literally just like the fucking like kaiju from Pacific Rim.
Right.
So like I don't really see guys McGorm in this thing. No matter how you go about it. So I think like that's the funniest thing is like people will reach for some like stupid
Right.
things like
That's wild.
right. People reach. I'm like that's my big thing with theories too is like some of them make sense and then some of them are just like the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
hmm Okay, so all right, so going off of that, so the
Yeah.
obviously this new mount no we've never seen before in the series,
Right
so
now, that's what I'm most interested in because like I like
right,
that a lot.
like that and the other no indigenous creatures we're seeing here,
Right.
and considering no kind of like the patterns we're seeing so far, no in relation to no world and iceborne thing like that. So I think
Yeah.
would it be like a safe bet that we're still in the new world? There's like we're just on a new because
I don't know. Yeah, it could be maybe.
yeah, because I mean, it doesn't make sense for just this like handful of collection of areas that we went to in World Iceborne. That can't be all of the new world because
Right.
I think literally before I got on, I was watching another video from Rage Gaming Videos,
Okay.
and they were talking about because obviously you have your your map that you can pull up to fast travel to wherever.
Yeah.
But if you look at the map in Celiana, the map at the field team leaders table, that hut over there.
Right.
So you obviously you see the part we've charted that we actually have access to, but then you have like a whole swath of land further west that hasn't been charted yet, that hasn't been discovered yet. So I can easily see us as like that's where we're going. We're seeing the rest of the new world at this point.
Yeah, because like that would be an interesting thing for sure. Is like expansion on that basically is like an expansion, not actually like expansion DLC kind of, but
hmm
just like a full expansion as a secondary game on an old game.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, because and it doesn't have to be like immediately after the events of World Iceborne. This could
Right.
be X number of years in the future, but still in the new world.
Right.
It's like, and it's also like a stronger possibility because obviously, because we still have, I mean, well, so like this again, the scout flies and the slinger are a good indication that we're still in the new world. Now, granted,
Yeah.
years could have gone by, and now that technology has expanded to other parts of the globe. That's absolutely a possibility.
Right.
But I think
very distinct because like.
right,
And
it's
to
very
be
distinct
fair,
too. Yeah.
efficiency does tend to spread pretty heavily after all.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, God. Also, just looking back on the trailer, I just realized little like compy like things running around too.
Yes. Yeah.
So now I also kind of wonder if like we're gonna have like little like scavenger monsters too eventually.
Right, because you had the
Yeah, you have the crows and the birds in
oh yeah, they'll come in after
world.
make
Yeah,
your kill
the,
and
the
whatnot. Yeah.
carrion whatever's or something. Carrion crows, I think they were just called, but
Right.
yeah.
Revultures. There we go. Revultures.
Yeah, revolters. Yep.
Yeah. I only remember that because I played the fucking Witcher crossover quest recently.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm something of a monster hunter myself. It's like reckon I could be of some service for the right price, of course.
Right.
Yeah, his voice didn't match his face. But
Yeah.
no,
Well, Monster Hunter isn't known for its no lip syncing.
Yeah. Yeah. Or the proper VA kind of stuff usually. World was probably our best one in terms of that. In terms of like who.
I mean, you did have Matthew Mercer there, so like,
Yeah, like same voice actor, just like again, they made his model World Monster Hunter-ified. So
Yeah. Man.
but yeah, but yeah, so like, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all for coming back to the Nerd World, or just seeing a whole new, or we're charting new no lands in there and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's like so like I kind of want to talk about what our new flagship is gonna be, but we just like really
yeah.
don't really have anything to go off of because
Right.
like
the tough part is we're gonna only get like new news. I think it was summer 2024 is when it's supposed to happen. So
yeah. Because people like automatically go to the logo and whatnot, but it's like again, that's not really that hasn't really been a strong indicator of like any flagships in the past at all. So I can't really go with that.
Right. Like yeah, because I mean the logo has like a design that almost looks monster-esque.
Right.
Like you can sort of see this like serpent thing there or serpents, but like it's like who's to really say, in the end of the day, if that means anything at all.
Yeah, I think it's really just to show like what generation this is, obviously, because like six heads, Monster Hunter 6. World, he had 5 heads, 5th generation. So,
right, so it's like it's one of those things, and like I think they really stopped like I guess like pushing those flagship monsters
right the get-go.
Right off the get-go. So like we're really in a situation where it's anyone's guess at this point until they show us new content actually confirmed.
Right. Just please bring back snake wyverns. Just give me give me Najrala, man.
Oh my god, fucking Najrala was a fun fight.
Oh.
That was a wild ride, though.
I fought him so many times.
Yeah.
Let's see. But let's see. I'm trying to think. So yeah. So I think it's so safe bet we're getting no bear type wyverns back. I mean, obviously Rathalos has to be in every game, so we can pretty much guarantee most wyverns based off of that model.
I mean, heck, they already showed Rathalos in the trailer anyway, so we know that's coming back.
Right. But will we get Kezu? That's the main question. Will we get Kezu again?
Yeah, right.
will we get worldified Kezu?
Yeah, right. I'm just waiting to see whether we end up with it's like remember how like I think it was back in Generations Gen Ultimate where they had the a couple of those like really powerful like absurd variants like the Dread King Rathalos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like where it just like homeboy would like breathe hellfire all over you and just like combo you into next season. I'm like, like I'm kind of wondering if they'll bring stuff like that back again because like that was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, like those really, really over-the-top subspecies.
Yeah, that just like you really had to work hard to get those.
Yep. What else? Because like I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
They need to bring bug monsters that like like not Najera or Nursilla, if I'm thinking of.
Nursilla. It was something like that. You know what I really like too is the I think it was called Hermitar.
Oh, the crab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, except I thought I had like a more. I think it was just.
Because I think Hermitar's a small one, isn't it?
Yeah, Hermitar's a small one. I thought. Then it's like what are they? Daimyo Hermitars and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. So here we go. There's Daimyo Hermitar. I think. Let me check. Shield Crab. Is this a?
Yeah. There's Daimyo Hermitar.
Daimyo looks to be one of the large ones.
And then I know there's a blue one.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, it's I enjoyed those ones too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, Sanitar is another one.
Right.
Yeah, but I enjoyed the crabs too. Like I liked the variety that Monster Hunter used to have as well. That was my big thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like it had a fair amount of variety in world, obviously, but I don't think there was really enough. It felt like it was pretty
Yeah.
heavily focused on like dragon and wyvern style monsters more than anything.
Right.
Or just obviously like dinosaurs. But
Right. Yeah, because I think those were, for the most part, those are the models they could get to work more stably. Because we know they've
right,
tried to get Chris in there,
right.
but they couldn't get his model to work. So hopefully they got it down for Wilds.
Yeah, so that's what my big thing is. I really hope Wilds adds in like a little more diversity in terms of its like shapes and sizes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially for getting that no proper open world
Yeah,
like they're suggesting.
right.
What else is there? I guess let's see. I'm kind of on the fence about them bringing in more no sorry, Fang Beast type creatures
Oh yeah,
like your I can never fucking remember, aside from Regina, I can never remember the other one's name.
yeah. Right, but yeah,
Because you got the fucking fat one that shits on you, and then you got the fucking ice
yeah,
ones, and then
yeah.
I love that description.
Kongala, whatever it is.
Kongalala, yeah,
Conga,
yeah.
yeah. Congo Blonga. I don't know. And oh yeah, the Lagombi was another one.
Lagambe, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a
Oh,
lot of like
the
monkey stuff
the
though.
bear rabbit.
Yeah, who also was like part penguin sliding around.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's definitely yeah. So some of those were definitely pretty interesting. It's just I also want to see more various things too, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess Gameth was like considered a fang beast. Huh, okay,
Was it?
I guess. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, looks like it. I guess. Let me check.
Ah. Oh, how about that?
Yeah, and then let's see. I know. Then we had the fucking pigs. Those rat bastards.
The boars or whatever.
Yeah, the goddamn boars. Friggin', oh my god, just always a nuisance. Always a nuisance.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Oh man,
Bullfango
yeah.
or
What's
whatever.
Wolfango? Yeah. What's
Yeah.
God, God, let's see. See, I'm wondering what the new beginner monster is going to be
Right.
for this game, because obviously for World Iceborne you had
Yeah, you had
fucking
your little Rasta lizard, and then
you're right. Because I think before that it was mostly some variation of a bird wyvern that was always
Yeah.
like that first tutorial
right. There's always
monster
some
you
kind of
go
bird
after.
wyvern, or one of the Velosa.
Velocis something, yeah.
Yeah.
Velocis player,
Velosa
Velocis drone or whatever.
Yeah, that stuff. So I'm
Right.
curious to see what they're gonna have for the thing. Hell, it might be those bears or whatever.
Maybe.
Those weird bear things this time. Who knows?
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been hearing people talk about bringing back underwater combat now. I never
Oh, yeah.
played. Was it 3 that had the underwater combat?
I
Try?
think so. It was
Because I tried. Yeah, I tried years ago for the first. I think I probably did the first couple missions. I couldn't get into it, so I never experienced underwater combat at all
yeah.
in the Monster Hunter series.
Yeah. Try was where it was first introduced, and I guess they had it a few times from there
Right.
and stuff. It's like I think I've played one of the games in the past, but it just wasn't long term, so I can't remember
Yeah.
too well. But yeah, it would be kind of interesting. I guess if they, depending on how they did it, because it's obviously a very old mechanic.
Right.
So I would just need to see how they did it if they were to do it, obviously in Wilds, because I feel like it has potential. Just yeah, one of those things where they really gotta figure it out.
Yeah, because that would be really challenging to get the underwater
Right.
movement right.
Right.
Because, I mean, to begin with, it doesn't make any fucking sense, right? Considering the stuff in previous games that you fight underwater. It's just like there's no fucking chance there. It doesn't
Right.
make sense for you to be able to fight with the fucking lance just trying to poke shit underwater. It's like no,
Right, and like
this
meanwhile
would not work.
this like literal monster and like in its element is just able to like swim circles around me. Like it just don't make sense though. To be
It's like
fair.
no. Because like the only conceivable way I can see it working is like we have some alternate mount that's like it's like at home in the water that we can ride on and try to like fight that and do mounted combat that way.
Right.
But otherwise, they gotta keep that shit to the shallows.
Right.
Just don't see that working.
Pretty much. Yeah. Like overall, like it's like just in general, I have high hopes for Wilds. Like it so far hasn't really shown anything that looks like it would just be overall bad. Like,
Right.
I'm excited for it just in general. So I guess it's one of those things where we'll have to see how it goes.
Gotta wait
Yeah.
over a fucking year.
Right, because we have so little on it right now. So
Ah!
I really hope they deliver well. But so far they've been doing well. So
Yeah, I'm
So
not.
we'll get
I'm
that.
not too worried. Yeah, Capcom's track record is.
yeah, Capcom's had a pretty fair track record so far. So it's like
Yeah.
I'm not worried overall.
I'll
Yeah.
live. I got that Dragon's Dogma 2 to look forward to next
Yeah,
year.
right.
So
It's-
that'll keep me busy.
Yeah, pretty much. Like speaking of upcoming games, MZ, do you have anything you're looking forward to? Seeing as you're here now.
Besides Dragon Age coming
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, like
Um,
just anything really else, or just overall too. Hell, you even talk about Dragon Age and what you want out of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not super like story heavy into it. Like I don't know all the different theories and story into
Yeah.
it.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
Like- Like some of my friends are.
Yeah.
Like some of my friends are like, here's all of the story, all of the theory, and I'm just like, I really love it, but I can't
follow.
I can't follow all of it because I'm more distracted by pretty elves and
Yeah.
the combat is fun. But I don't really follow game like news like you all do.
So I guess more so like just in general though, has there been any games that have like that you've seen lately, like big, small, whatever, just that have been
Yeah.
of interest to you, and that things that you're looking forward to trying in those games, or if there's anything you would want to have in a game future come?
Yeah, because I know you like your farm simulator
Yeah,
esque
like more
games,
cozy
things like
style
that.
games.
Right.
I'm very much more of a cozy game
Yeah.
person.
Mhm.
It's more relaxing. A lot of my games are just getting updated and have more updates coming
Yeah.
that are coming like up in the new year and stuff. So that stuff I'm excited about.
Right.
Other than that, I don't really know. I'll find out when I find out.
Right, because like I know I just sent you a few that are coming in the future. That here, let me go through a list. Let's see. New video game releases for 2020. Oh, okay. Here. I mean, there's stuff like that Pal World game where you can like
Yeah.
shoot penguins out of bazookas.
Yes, that was very funny to me. I have started playing like the Moonstone Island game.
Oh yeah.
That one is interesting and fun so
Yeah.
far.
Okay.
I haven't gotten like super far into it though.
Yeah.
I feel like that one's more fun with more people.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested in games getting updated than I am with like new games in particular.
Yeah. Okay.
So like I'm excited for the Wandering Village game to get more updates because they're coming out with more and more like content
Okay.
to be added. Like they came out with a freaking ocean biome now that you can go wander into, which I'm excited about because I finished like a one playthrough and it just was like all water and I had nowhere else to go, and now that I know that like they created an ocean biome that you can actually like go and wander into, I'm
Okay.
like that's really neat.
Yeah.
They also made it so that you can customize your giant that you live on.
Yep.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Then I have like Lakeburg Legacies, which is just matchmaking and creating a city
Uh,
with royalty and watching them fall into chaos because none of them know how to keep it in their pants, which is also great because you also do that in RimWorld,
yep.
which you all make fun of me for with the name all the time, which I get it. I do.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. I could go to my wish list and see what things I have on there in Steam.
Yeah, I mean, just more of a on the spot, like if you just had anything that you thought off the top of your head. Although I guess
Ooh, the second Hades. Second
oh.
freaking Hades. I need
there
that
you go.
game to come out. So freaking bad.
Yeah, I've never really got into the Hades stuff, so I have no clue about it.
I love mythology, like a lot. I was a mythology girl,
Right.
which doesn't make me basic at all, but it's fine.
Yeah.
And then it's even better because they're all yassified in that game. So
Yeah, right.
I am so here for it, though.
Because I mean, depends on what they revealed of it, but like anything you're looking forward to, or like anything you'd want out of that game, or just like.
I am excited to see what they do with the mythology, for one, and for two, I'm really excited to see if they add any more other mechanics, like because I mean Hades is very much just like point click smash.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But if they could add like a little bit more to it,
Okay.
I would love that. Make it slightly more strategy or like slightly more make me think a little bit more.
Okay.
I
So
would
you
love
want
that.
something to kind of like work your brain bit.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Because as much as I love Hades and just like beating the shit out of things, I also like thinking my way through a game.
Right. So kind of like
Gotcha.
okay. So I know because like you played Three Houses, right? Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
Okay,
I was just about to say,
so
sounds like Fire Emblem would be up your
right. Like, so how did you like the Fire Emblem as a whole? Like, I guess, like was that like
the only
or
thing
was
with
that like more of like just too basic for you or something? Or
the only thing with Fire Emblem I do not like is I don't like the chess.
Oh yeah, the grid board style of things.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Okay,
I don't like that.
Okay, so in terms of strategy, what do you like then? Because of that.
So I don't know if you all ever played it. There's a game called Monokamiya on PlayStation 2.
Okay.
So it's card-based combat.
Yeah, trying to think. So how do you spell that?
Let me grab it for you.
Okay. Yeah, because when you see a card base, it kind of makes you think of games I've personally played before, just in a different manner. So like I'm seeing maybe I would be able to like figure out based on how I've played games if it's similar at all. Like I've played a few like card-based combat mobile games before. Like Omega and I were big on this one called Age of Ishtaria for a long time. It was actually pretty fun.
I've heard of that one.
Oh no shit.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here.
So like you get different attacks. The different attacks turn up as cards that you can nullify or change.
Gotcha. Oh, it's part of the Atelier series. Okay, gotcha.
I love that game.
Yeah,
I love that game. That is one of my favorite games. I have a PS2 still, purely because of this game.
Yeah.
I love the NIS company that helped run that game. I went and found other games that they created specifically because of this game.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I've played Atelier Annie on the DS, and then I did Ryza. Or Riza,
So like they also did like Desega. That's their
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
That's their company. did that game.
Okay.
They did another game called on the Wii. It was called like Sakura something or other.
Gotcha.
That was like mecha. You somehow were fighting in a
Okay.
mecha.
Yep.
It was great.
Yeah.
But I like games like this where you are creating things and you're
Yeah.
fighting, but like you roll through and you figure out like
Okay.
strategy as you're fighting. Also like
Yeah.
Child of Light, I believe is the name of the game.
Okay.
Yeah, Child of Light,
Okay.
which is very similar. It has similar combat style.
Right.
I'll grab that.
Yeah, I just googled it real quick. Okay, gotcha.
It's on Steam too.
Yeah, okay. So sort of like you kind of like the sort of like RPG style-ish things usually.
Yes,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, 'cause-
RPG style where like the
Turn-based strategy, yeah.
yes,
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So okay, gotcha.
that style of combat is much more up my alley because that way I can think through and strategize.
Yeah, I tend to like that as well personally. Honestly, like I can do like kind of anything, but like I do enjoy the RPG turn-based as well. It's fun.
That's also it's also the same style that's in Octopath Traveler, which is why I
Right,
like
yeah.
that game so much.
Right, and then actually, hasn't their new game come out yet, or is that coming soon?
It is out.
Oh yeah.
The
Okay.
second one is out.
Yeah. Okay.
It's expensive and I don't want to spend money on it just yet.
Right. It's, save 30% on Octopath Traveler 2 on Steam.
Yeah, but like
Still
32% is not
$42.
worth.
Yeah. 'Cause let's see. I thought they had a new game also coming, or that came out.
They
very
did.
Recently.
They do. They have the
Yeah, it's
triangle strategy or
I
something
think so.
like
It
that.
was like
That sounds
try something. I thought, or I don't know. Thought it had something to do with try. So
I think I
'cause,
have it.
yeah, it's let's see here. So yeah, so obviously Square Enix.
I think I have it on my Switch. I don't have my Switch with me.
Yeah. Crap. What was it that by Square Enix that they made? Oh yeah, Harvestella. So that one, like I seen that and like kind of looked interesting, but at the same time, it's like it's Square Enix, and like it's kind of like a 50-50 situation.
Yeah, triangle strategy is
Yeah,
the
that came
one
out
that we were
last year,
thinking.
yeah.
Yeah.
That one I have on my Switch. I haven't really gotten into it. It's back to like
Yeah.
that one has more of a chess style combat where you
that grid turn-based like you would see in
Yeah.
Fire Emblem.
yeah.
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 Okay. Yep.
So that one's not super up my alley.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then what do we got here? Oh,
I have a hard time. I was the kid
Gotcha.
that did really good with algebra, but not
Okay.
really good with geometry.
Okay.
So, like, thinking of things in physical space and figuring out where to put people in things is not my forte.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give me abstracts, I'm good all day.
Right.
Give me, like, the turnstile, and I'm good.
Yeah.
I can figure that shit out, and I'm fine. But put me on a chessboard, that's not my wheelhouse. It's not where I'm good.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's funny hearing this because like I'm fully at home in games where I just like give me full control of everything. It's like I'm just fully reacting on the fly, just
Right.
like
Yeah, really.
iframes, everything. Yeah, don't. It's like the only exception is Pokemon because at least there it
Right.
moves quick enough to where doesn't feel tedious,
Yeah, fair. It's like,
right?
Yeah.
But like as far as the Ellers, don't bog me down with a bunch of like, oh, gotta over here and grid over here, and like, oh, I gotta watch out for this guy that's X number of spaces over here, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I need to combo my 20 abilities to maximize my damage on this boss. I'm like, no, stop, just let me
Right.
See, and I like
give me
Pokemon.
the
because it
reins and
gives
I'll
me
go.
time
I
to
got
think.
this.
I like Pokemon combat purely because I can think my way through it.
Right. Yeah, but I definitely also like I'm very flexible in terms of like I can do either or at this point in terms of like these the two we're talking about here because like I obviously like my Monster Hunter style combat where I got to build for something and I just say fucking hack and slash or and dodge and stuff. But
Right.
also I can very easily enjoy my like Pokemon just where I got to strategize it and stuff and do the right moves.
Yeah, because I did play. What was it years ago? It was oh god damn it. Not
Hmm?
It's of that style of Octopath Traveler.
Oh, gotcha.
Uh,
Yeah. I mean, was it released around the same time or like sort of?
no.
Okay.
Hang on a second. No.
Yeah.
Because I played it on the 3DS, I think.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Moonshine Island's on sale.
Oh no, it was Octopath. Wait, was it? Hold on.
Wait,
No,
was
no,
it?
no, 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 not Octopath, not Octopath. No, no,
Okay.
no. Y'all do your thing. I'll try to find it here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, I should wishlist Moonstone Island.
I got that one. It was really good.
Yeah. And then we still need to get a Fae Farm eventually.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Is that on sale? No. Well, kick me in the dick, why don't you?
Yeah, they like to do that. I'm trying to figure out if the Spiritfarer Farewell Edition is just an updated edition or if it's like.
Bravely Default. That's what it was.
Oh,
That's what
yeah,
it was.
yeah.
Bravely
I played
Default.
that one
Oh,
too.
played this game?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I played that game too.
Yeah,
And I
there we go,
liked
yeah.
that game.
Yeah. That was actually a fun one too.
Yeah. I think I played that on just one playthrough, and I was like, okay, that was fine, and I just dropped it after that. But
Yeah, and
oh,
then
like,
they released a second one at some point too.
yep.
They did.
Yeah. Oh yeah, here it is. Bravely Default 2, on sale for 50% off. Goddamn.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, that was back in 2021.
Yeah, I played that. I liked that one.
Yeah.
But that's the style of game that is really easy for me to like fall into.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, and so surprisingly another like kind of game style I enjoy is just like it's kind of dumb, but like you know how like the Hunter Call of the Wild, that game
Oh yeah.
where you just go around like trophy hunting and shit, like sometimes that's kind of like just entertaining to like
Oh.
drop a buffalo. Yeah, let's
I
see.
think would be the one that would get like the deer hunting game off the original gaming systems.
Yeah, right. I got was that I had the Cabela's games every now and again. I just,
yeah.
where where, like
Yeah.
everything was out to maul you apparently, because that's where you had to like go. You just like suddenly walked into like a natural arena and just got like jumped by hyenas on all sides or whatever. Just like wow.
Nature fights back.
Yeah, right. And I know they recently. I thought they made a Planet of the Apes game at one point.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
one
I was like, let me check
in
here.
the past.
Planet of the Apes:
few
Last
years.
Frontier. That's it.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
that was back in 2017. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is on Steam. Yeah, $20.
Mhm.
Not gonna lie. I'd kind of be interesting to play like a similar game to that again, or like kind of like the just Planet of the Apes style, or even like the what's it called that Evolution one.
Ancestors.
Yeah,
the Oddlost
Ancestors.
Odyssey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like let me just go back to my roots.
Yeah, I
Let me
did. I
be
did
a
play
monkey.
that. I think. Yeah, I did play that once. I think. I didn't manage to do it faster than.
Yeah.
I think I took a little longer than history actually took.
Yeah,
But
right.
it was interesting. It was a fun time.
Yeah, it's like it's kind of interesting, like with those sort of things, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would play more games like that just for kicks.
Right. But yeah, just give me your no, like just free roam RPGs. Like obviously, like I mean, obviously my Monster Hunter, my Dark Souls, like,
Right,
Bloodborne,
yeah.
all that good stuff.
Yeah, I like
that's like
definitely.
I'll definitely crush a 2D platformer if it's done right, because like Ori and the Blind Forest and whatever the sequel
Oh,
is,
yeah.
the West,
Ah,
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Love those.
I have those.
right.
My friend got me those.
Yeah, and of course,
Right.
I obviously, of course, enjoy my survival, a lot. But
Mhm.
it's like these days, it's like the quality of survival games is kind of going down. It's like my big thing too is like obviously I like the survival where I can like tame shit. Like let me like tame this jaguar.
It's like let me enslave my animals.
Right. It's just-
Like, I really like Ark. If it
Yeah.
was less buggy, that'd be
Yeah,
great.
just-
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
my big
janky.
thing too. Is like a lot like the good ones are like so friggin' buggy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then obviously I like my little like zoo builders, like Zoo Tycoon and stuff.
Right.
But I have like
And I like my colony sims where I go and be God for a while. It's great.
right. Then duh, and then we have of course Paleo Pines.
Yes, I got that.
Oh,
I
you
bought
finally
it.
got it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I I am excited
yeah,
to
yeah, because
make all the friends.
right, I gotta play the flute for those dinosaurs.
I do. I do have to do that.
Yeah, you can tame a bunch of silly little dinosaurs.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
I appreciate that they've been releasing consistently for it as well. Honestly, like
Yeah,
that's
and
been
there's
nice.
been like updates.
Right, like they've been like consistently updating and releasing new stuff and like providing content and expanding upon their game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's not like overdone. It's just the right amount of like update
Yeah,
and interesting.
yeah,
Right.
It's not like
yeah,
we're pushing things just to push things.
right. Steam Y.
Oh,
Sex retreat, welcome in.
I get those now too.
I'm just like Steam, please.
I get those too. Partly because of Cloud Meadows, I believe.
oh yeah, Cloud Meadow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Steam.
Just because I like one game.
Yeah,
Just
right.
one.
Just because it's one friggin' game.
There's
I think I want all of them.
Right?
there's a 2D 2D platformer that I'm currently playing. That,
Yeah.
let me. It's just funnier if I just post it. Hold on.
Okay.
Wait for my reaction. Is that what you're doing?
Right? Just trying to get that, like, see what's going on here.
There
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That also got recommended
is.
to me.
Yeah, it makes me reminds me of like all the friggin' like random like games I've sampled like that like My Hero spin-off like or not
Oh,
spin-off
yeah.
but, like parody game.
Right.
Yeah.
And like what is it? I had like 2 babies or something, and then like I had my third in the and I was getting around. No, none of those babies are the same father either.
Oh
Geez.
boy.
It's like Ochako, why?
Yeah, right. Friggin' oh my god, like.
But yeah. But I'm actually really enjoying Flipwitch, and the I love it.
Okay.
The soundtrack is great. The soundtrack is so good. I love it. The boss beat songs in this are just oh
Yeah.
yes. It's just like just nice little bops and just bang into my car. Oh. Let's see. But yeah, so like if you give me like a nice entertaining 2D platformer like that, and then of course
Yeah.
just like I'm really my bread and butter is just most fast-paced games.
Yeah.
Like, that's just probably just a result of my hours upon hours of playing Sonic games as a kid.
Right. Yeah. Fair.
Ah.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
you have me
so-
that played mostly puzzle games as a kid.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now here's a big one: is we've been talking about game releases, but now movie releases.
Oh God.
I'm not a movie
we kind
girly.
of got a lot coming for the 2024, year and stuff.
Yeah, because we got Godzilla X Kong.
Yeah, we got
and,
Kung Fu Panda 4, which I
4,
really don't
right?
think they needed, honestly. And then, apparently Mufasa the Lion King is supposed to be coming out.
I keep forgetting about that.
Honestly, right? Like they don't really cover it much anyway, so it's like kind of easy to forget.
Right. Let's see.
Now it's like to be fair, I won't mind the extra lore of it. Like I'm always cool for like extra story behind the characters and stuff, but
Right.
and then
Right. Yeah. The next Planet of the Apes. Yep.
right, yeah, because Kingdom, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely curious about that. Want
Let's
to know
see.
all the stuff.
Right. But then Sonic 3.
Yeah.
Are they? Are you shitting me? There's a new Twisters movie coming out next year. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh yeah, I see that on the list that it like sent me. Oh boy.
What the fuck? Didn't you know? New Transformers movie.
Another one?
Yeah,
I guess
Transformers
so.
1.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah, just as Transformers 1.
Oh yeah, I see that. What in the world? What is
Okay.
an original story set on Cybertron? Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
leading up to
Yeah,
the war breaking out and then leaving them. Okay.
focused on the relationship between Optimus Prime and Megatron. Gotcha. Okay.
Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime? Why?
Oh my god.
No.
Why?
Maybe they should just stop with the Transformers.
And Brian Tyree Henry as Megatron? What is the purpose of... I don't understand.
No.
And
I
then we
don't
got.
understand.
Then we got.
No.
Let's see, yeah,
That-
Deadpool
that's
3.
not the right. That's not the right
I thought we were
voices.
getting a
I know, right?
Minecraft movie too in 2025.
Oh yeah, I forgot that was a thing.
And then there.
No,
then we got,
that's also a no.
let's see,
Why?
Let's see. The Lord of the Rings: The
Um,
War of Rohirrim. Oh, okay.
Wait,
Animated
Lord of the Rings?
fantasy film directed by Kenji Kamiyama. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Lord of the Rings: The War. Yeah, here, let me copy this. Toss this in here. So yeah, apparently that's. I guess that's slated for 2024.
Oh,
like
War
December.
of the Rohirrim. Okay.
Yeah, Rohirrim.
Okay.
Yeah, so anyway, but that's
That's
apparently a
not
thing.
Okay, gotcha.
Avengers:
new
The
Bat-
Kang Dynasty.
Here.
Oh my god, yeah, it's slated for 2026.
Okay, what did I see?
I'm just gonna say no to everything, but I'm not a movie girly.
Oh, and then yeah, right, and then there's good old Frozen 3.
Yep, Inside Out 2, the Garfield movie,
Yeah, and then we got
new Blade movie, Furiosa.
Avengers: Secret Wars in 2027. What?
They're coming out with the Bad Boys 4. Really?
Honestly, I'm just waiting until they like suddenly whip out the next like Jurassic movie.
Right.
Let's be real.
Beetlejuice 2, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. And then I forgot they're doing the whole the new Snow White live action or whatever.
Let's see, another.
See, I don't mind them
I'm pretty
doing
sure
a live
she's-
action
I'm
of
pretty
Snow
sure she's
White
not
as
even
long as
Snow
they.
White. She's like Snow moderately.
Oh yeah, that's right.
colored.
It's that one, not that one, not like a new one. Fuck,
Yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah. It's the whole the classic it's a remake.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't mind them doing like live actions if they actually followed the story.
Yeah. At this point, I would sooner take live action Bambi over Snow White. At least you can't fucking yassify Bambi. Oh, I mean, you could, but
Well.
like you could actually.
I've seen some things.
But we definitely need to just
Yeah, that's so funny. That's such a funny way to put it.
It's like,
A Nosferatu remake next year.
interesting.
Interesting, with Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok.
Ah.
I don't know if I've ever seen the first one.
Yeah, the OG from back in like the 50s, 30s, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't
right,
know.
something like that.
I got an interesting cast here. I got Willem Dafoe, let's see, Nicholas Hoult, Aaron Tyler Johnson,
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, so needless to say, we got a lot slated for the 2024 and beyond, like in terms of movies and stuff.
Right.
Though there's certainly one of those things where just like I don't think we should just keep slapping out, like I really hope Disney follows through with the whole no more, everything
Just endless sequels.
everything
remakes.
sends a message. Like we want entertainment, not messages.
Right. Yeah, no point trying to teach people lessons anymore because they're too stupid to get it.
Right? Yeah, for real. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Yep.
But oh yeah, that was a new Joker movie. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I am curious about Deadpool 3. That's probably like the last saving grace of MCU movies right now, or the
Right.
Deadpool movies.
Right. Like, that's basically what's keeping them alive at this rate. I feel like.
Right.
Boy.
Yeah.
But who really knows at this point?
Well, you know Ryan Reynolds would not go in and do a movie seriously for that character if it was completely shit.
And see, like, and also with the Deadpool films, it's like it's kind of like it's in the MCU, but also not in the MCU at the same time. It's still like they
Right.
somehow kept it its own thing throughout the course of all this so far.
Right.
Like this, they just kind of like been relegating all to like just like little cameos or fourth wall breaks here and there and shit like that.
Yeah.
So they've had that luxury of like being more autonomous in their films. So
Yep.
we'll see. But yeah, going back to actually going back to GX Kong.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how much into the news you were looking into it at all, Tick, but
Yeah.
I think there's a safe bet that because obviously they were setting up Scar King as the big bad, but I think it's fairly obvious that he's not actually going to be the big bad.
Right,
He's like kind of like
I know they've mentioned Shima, is gonna be a thing.
that's that creature that like it's on that wall painting with Godzilla.
Yeah, Shimu or
Shimu, whatever the fuck that is.
Like that. I don't know.
In the
I don't know.
whatever.
Yeah, Shimu.
Okay.
Yep. So apparently that's supposed to be a big thing.
Let's see. Yeah, but like I'm sure you're hearing like all the people like kind of going off about Godzilla's no evolution. It's like, why is he pink?
Yeah,
why is he thinner? How is he running so fast?
Right. Yeah, right. It's like at this point, it's a fucking like gigantic sci-fi monster movie. I don't think realism has anything to do with it. Like, it's monsters beating the shit out of each other. What realism don't mean shit. He's a nuclear lizard, for Christ's sakes.
Right, like and that like compared to like way back in the day, like Toho like film stuff that they did back then, like that's like
have you
really
seen
small
Toho's
comparison,
made Godzilla do?
right? Like
homeboy just like straight up like flying kicked or something.
Yeah, right.
Like go gliding through the air on his tail. I don't think we need to worry about whether Godzilla running like a human.
You're right.
I don't think we need to worry about whether Godzilla running like a man is like an issue or not. Like,
because especially considering like in that final shot, they're clearly in the Hollow Earth, and we know gravity is fucking weird there.
Yeah, right. That
so
too. Anyway,
it makes sense if they're in an area where the gravity is weaker and they're able to move quicker.
Right.
Still ties into the lore of the film.
Right, and then you have all the people like the friggin' Godzilla's woke. Is like, dude, have you heard of like none of you know about like energy and stuff and like how like that works with nuclear energy because like the pink signifies like basically the color spectrum of like that degree of new energy he's intaking. Like that's not anything to do with being woke. He's not trans or whatever or shit like that. Like he's got like enough energy to like basically unlock that new form.
Right.
It's like it has nothing to do with like gender identity or wokeness. It's just he's just a nuclear lizard. He's nuclear. It's like,
so stupid.
Right?
Oh my god.
Well, you are talking to people that don't know anything about science, so like,
right.
Or refuse to educate themselves and just don't have too much free time.
Right. It's like Godzilla's a fucking nuclear lizard. You don't have time for gender identities or shit like that. He'd probably,
I don't think they care.
Yeah, Godzilla would probably just like stomp all over like a fucking like gender pep rally or something just for kicks. Then like nuclear blast like Godzilla in the face as a prank. Like he's
not know what he's doing.
Yeah,
ever.
Godzilla don't give a shit.
Yeah, no, right?
Got shit to do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
He's
Gotta maintain this
he's got-
ecosystem. They all keep fucking up.
He's got a territory to keep safe.
Right.
One and only job, guys. One and only job.
Right.
Right. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how they, because obviously, there's the whole society of Kongs that are still alive down there, so I'm
Yeah,
really excited to
right.
see what they do with that.
Yeah, and then there's that like
And
little Kong who like I feel like that's like the Scar King's
son
kid or
has to
something
be,
like
or
that.
child, or
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like something like that because like he's orange too, and all.
right,
Yeah, so I'm curious to see how that goes.
right, and then of course they're the I guess I don't know if it's like just if it's they're directly connected to the Iwi people, or if there's some offshoot of the Iwi people, but some the humans that are also living down there.
Right, yeah,
Right.
because like they like we're with like a whole cluster of them and stuff.
Right.
No, to be honest, I'm just not as into the whole human drama stuff that they usually have or try to insert. I come here to see a nuclear lizard beat the shit out of another animal.
Like I'm intrigued for the lore, but keep it brief. Keep it brief. Just
yeah, right.
minimal as possible human time.
Like obviously, give me some info, and stuff, but like that's it.
I'm just highly abused.
See, what they need to do is they need to hurry up with some extra monster cameos, though.
Right. Yeah. Oh please, because like oh god, how great would it be? Just like okay, so no, Godzilla and Kong, they're going after whatever the fucking like real bad is. I forgot the name, but like say like they're struggling or whatnot, and then you see like all the other kaiju's from the surface, like fucking Rodan, like next generation Mothra come down, all come in, and just dogpile in, just full on Avengers moment right there.
Right, because I mean, like, also, what the fuck did Scar King do to piss off Godzilla and Kong enough to make them team up again? Like, what did homie actually do?
Existed.
Man is literally a menace to cause them to team up again.
Because I can see from the standpoint, because obviously, they said before we can tell from the trailer, Kong stumbles across him and his whole group that he's ruling over there, and I can easily see Scar King trying to be like, "Oh, you're not one of me. Like I gotta dominate you. I gotta put my mark on you. You're gonna enslave you." And of course, Kong ain't about that.
Right. He
and
don't
so that will work that conflict there.
Kong's just trying to live his life, and like, dude, literally like be toted all over the place, overseas in a helicopter to like the Arctic. Like he can't catch a fucking break. Now he has to wield the Infinity Gauntlet. Like, give Kong a moment. Just like 5 seconds for the dude.
Right, please.
He don't want none of this, but he's getting it.
Old man can't retire. It's fine.
Right. It's like his parents are dead and everything. Like he's just trying to live his life. He's done with everything.
Dumping all the work on the Negro. Tales old as time.
Right.
Oh my god. Jesus.
But yeah, so I can easily see like that first encounter. So Kong has that first encounter with Scar King, and obviously loses, and he has no retreat. And I can like see Scar King like following him like back up to the surface, and that's how he gets access to the surface.
Yeah, because I mean he was kind of
resulting in him encountering Godzilla. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
And then obviously Godzilla probably gets involved because like we all know Godzilla went back to fucking slumber again because he's tired of this shit too.
You're right.
He's sick and tired of this shit too. He needs a nap as well. But
all these old men just need time to retire.
Right. But then like Scar King coming out causing trouble, so Godzilla's like, oh god, again.
It's like, god damn it, another problem. All right, let me cash in my points here. For my grade I've been saving for centuries.
Right.
But yeah, I can easily see Scar King following Kong up to the surface, and obviously that results in him encountering Godzilla, and him possibly overpowering Godzilla, forcing him to retreat and slumber and evolve, and then finally come back when they're ready and recovered, and they can tackle him together.
Right. Yeah, it's like, oh, it's gonna be a wild ride for sure.
Right.
What I'm hearing is it's just a bunch of old men not able to retire and getting sick and tired of everybody's shit.
Yeah, basically.
It's like, yeah, that's the real message of the movie is like how millennials and Gen Xers are never gonna be able to retire.
Yeah, right. Like there's actually an underlying message among all this, but like, oh my goodness.
Somebody who knows nothing about this universe whatsoever.
Right.
This is just my white girl on the side.
Godzilla and Kong 4. March on the Capitol. We demand health care.
Yeah, right.
Monsters and humans alike.
Right? In their retirement, they fall in love. Godzilla, he may not care, but he's still all inclusive.
You're right. Want Monster 401k.
Yeah. I am crying.
And then if they don't get it, they just just whip out Kong's Infinity Gauntlet and he just smashes them.
Want me to snap my fingers? I can do it.
No, it's he snaps his fingers, but instead of anything happening, he just suddenly goes on he just starts monkey fisting the shit out of the all the populace, just
oh my god,
it's a monkey smash.
He's just snap. He's oh right, forgot gems. Oh well, go.
Yeah, right. Just full on raises both hands above his head, just smash down on the ground, classic monkey style.
Just the scene from the Hulk or from the Avengers movie where the Hulk was just smashing,
basically
Loki over and over and over again.
Yeah, and Hulk smashed.
It's Kong say Biden too old to run.
Yeah.
Need younger official.
Right.
It's make maximum voting age 55.
Kong require all-inclusive voting.
Stricter regulation on procreation. Put Obama back in for another term.
Godzilla leans over and just soft rumbling in the Kong's ear. Also, Kong vouched for more extreme use of nuclear energy as a resource.
Right.
as a sustainable resource.
It's all nuclear products must now be diverted to Godzilla lair.
Yeah. No more nuclear
I'm okay
waste.
with that. I'm okay with that. He can take it all.
Yep. Seeing as we're kind of stuck with we're getting nuclear fish out there these days.
Yeah, right. Oh god, that reminds me. Did you watch the latest episode of Legacy of Monarch?
No, I haven't yet.
Okay. Yeah, because something. Well, I think. It's just one scene in particular that was just it just makes you ask why the fuck is he here? what is he doing there? Why is he here?
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out later on.
It's what was he doing underground in this location here? What was going on?
You know what else we need now? On the side note is we need to hurry up and see what DreamWorks' next big project is for some of its mainstream series. I need to see what Puss in Boots meant by meeting his old friends.
I know. Oh my god, please. Yes.
Hurry up, just show me, please.
Make Shrek great again.
Right.
But it also makes me worried because what are you gonna do with Shrek?
Right. He's kind of been through his gauntlet at this point in a way.
And he has kids.
Right.
Right.
And they've done specials with the kids.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Please age up the kids a bit. Please age them up a bit.
Then you obviously got then you got Donkey and Dragon and their
and his mutant babies.
Yeah, dronkies.
Mutant babies. Oh my god. Hank Green had a TikTok that I watched the other day. He was so you have to believe that donkeys and dragons are the same thing.
Yeah, right.
He was having a whole breakdown of this, and he was like, "I can't.
Yeah,
I just can't." I had such a good laugh over that one.
Yeah, if they, it's like so long as they have no, at least no that same team that did Last Witch, and they just let them just fucking roll with it. Just let the creatives do their
Right.
thing.
Basically.
I don't think we'll have to worry too much. But
Yep.
oh man.
Oh gosh.
But what was I gonna say? I think so so these past few days I was rewatching the Hobbit trilogy because I was like,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like I love the barrel running scene. Let me rewatch these movies. So I was watching them on F movies,
Hmm.
and so I didn't know going in that these were the extended editions,
Oh.
right? So I'm
Mm.
seeing like a whole bunch of new scenes and shit in here. So I get to the third movie, and so it's right at the scene where no, the Dwarven army shows up to no fight Thandril and his elven army and the humans of Lake Towns went out. So in the theatrical release,
Yep.
the two of them don't clash at all. Like the orc army just comes out and they immediately converge on them.
Ah.
But
Gotcha.
in the extended edition,
Yeah.
so they do fight for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
So the elves shoot off a volley of arrows,
Gotcha.
Mm.
and oh my god! So the dwarves have this contraption where it's like these giant ass like spinning spears that they shoot in the air and just
Well.
deflects all the arrows and just like decimates the elven troops. I'm like, holy shit! What is that?
Yeah. Right, damn.
That's awesome!
Damn.
Why wasn't this in the theatrical release?
Yeah, right. You kind of wonder, like, that's another thing too. I really like that's with movies. Like, there's some things where like I kind of wish they had inserted certain deleted scenes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like especially like in old movies that like are just obviously really iconic to us these days, like our like
Right.
our beloved Disney classics and stuff, or like DreamWorks classics. Like I feel like it would have been nice to have certain scenes, like I think they like for example a very popular one for a while was of course the spirit one where he was supposed to be fighting another stallion instead of the
Right,
the
right.
cougar.
Yeah.
And, and obviously I think the cougar did work out a little better, just because obviously it signified his special move later on that basically was his like defining
Yes.
factor in that whole situation. But with the colonel, but I mean it would have been still kind of cool to see him actually fight another stallion anyway.
Right.
I think the only reason that would have been taken out would be like a lot of people don't understand that wild horses fight for.
Yeah, right. The kids don't realize that
Mhm.
th-
Yeah,
those foals, they're his. all those
right.
those horses except his mom, they're his bitches.
Yeah, like,
right,
you
right,
wouldn't
just another one to the
understand-
collection. Like,
Yeah,
it's
the
not a cute
parents-
horse romance. He's just
Yeah,
getting
the
another
parents didn't want to
bitch.
deal with all those. Yeah, the parents didn't want to deal with all those awkward questions.
Right.
Right, that would have been a confusing like scene. I get why that would have been a cool thing to include.
Right.
Yeah, but again, too, the cougar just worked out better anyway because of like the fact that that roll move of his was really integral to his basically like his moves and stuff when he was dealing with the
Yeah.
colonel.
Yeah.
And it played a huge role. It did play a fairly decent role in all of that overall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
And,
man.
I think there was like a few like scenes from How to Train Your Dragon that were also deleted that might have been pretty cool to have.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah. Cause I had like vague memories of like concept stuff,
yeah,
but yeah, I can't really remember.
yeah.
But yeah, no.
I just know that I read the books and I always wanted the stuff from the books to be in the movies and they never were.
Yeah. Yeah, just like I think it would have been interesting to have it follow the books a bit more too. But I mean, I still like what they did with How to Train Your Dragon at the end of the day, regardless. But they
yeah, because like imagine how different that would be because if they kept it where because like Toothless was originally like a terrible terror or something in the book.
yeah, yep. He was
Yeah.
yeah. So that that would have been very interesting too. I think.
Yeah.
Like it would have been.
Yeah,
interesting
imagine
concept,
that going up against Alpha.
but- Yeah, right. But yeah, I think making Toothless obviously the Night Fury was definitely a good choice though in terms of just like the movies. Then was it like would have been interesting to have another a Night Fury situation or just like find more, but You know,
Yeah, that was like
especially
because
considering they ended up.
yeah, I like the Light Fury, but I still would rather there have been like that hidden population of Night Fury
Right,
still
because like,
somewhere. So,
yeah,
right.
because like the hidden world, even Grimmel didn't know about the hidden world. So like, how
Right.
how was there no
Like,
Night
how are they
Furies
not
down
down
there at
there?
all? Right, like
Right.
you would have thought there would be like a nice healthy population of Night Furies hiding down there, where
Right.
even Grimmel himself didn't know they existed in the first place. So
Like especially if that's supposedly the word they all came from. That's their ancient homeland where all dragons come from. So why
Right.
would there still be a population down there?
yeah, right. Like, like so there's no way he would have like technically hunted them all. Like,
Well, no,
he
because
would
they
have
would
had
have
to travel the
known.
entire globe as well, much no less. So
You're right.
Yeah, and they would have been smart enough to know to hide where
right,
there is a safe spot.
yeah. I mean, they're nocturnal. They're lightning and death itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that and also like the whole fact that they continued on with like the Nine Realms shit.
Oh God.
It's like, and I'm like, and the fact that like the Nightlights still exist, and I'm like that just means there's a lot of inbreeding going on there.
You're right.
they got fricky with each other.
Well,
did
did they ever?
Inbreeding.
I forget. Did they say that there was only one Light Fury too?
Oh, there are other Light Furies down there.
Yeah, there are multiple Light Furies. It was like they showed it in a scene when they were all like roaring for Toothless and Light Fury up on their little pedestal. Like there's a few flashes of like Light Furies being shown. It's like that's another thing too. Is like so I mean I thought the Light Fury design was kind of bland, and I mean like from a biological standpoint it makes sense to be fair because like their entire thing. Yeah, well, not even that. It's just like their entire thing was obviously to more just blend in with the sky and get away. So they don't need to be complex or anything. They just need to be plain, easy, simple. Sleek design, able to just kind of refract light properly. Like a bunch of bumps and spines like on Toothless wouldn't really do that properly in the way that they do it with their plasma blast.
Right.
It just wouldn't make sense, overall. So rather, it's like you just need a very plain, easy, simple design, and that's how even the males look like that. So, so also it's all why I don't get the people complaining about like, oh my god, the fucking Light Fury, they just made it a girly bitch for Toothless. Like, I mean, in a sense, yes, they did technically, but even the males look like that. So like, yes and no. They at least had the decency to like have some continuity and make sure that even the males had the looks.
Right.
Wait, was that a thing in the Nine Realms or whatever?
What?
The male Light Furies?
Oh no, that's just so like how you see in
they
the
picked apart
you
the
say,
scene.
yeah, like it's when you see it in the scenes of the movie, it's just like you saw those Light Furies like that. Some of those were males, is all.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I didn't notice that. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because what it was like. Also, there was some level of sexual dimorphism between the male and female Light Fury. It looked like because like I know they had models of ones that were like kind of like sort of like beefier, and like
they were thicker,
they had, like a thicker neck and stuff. So they clearly had Light Furies. Like they had very similar designs, but there's like a little bit of dimorphism.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the case of no Toothless and Light Fury, it's just a matter of like they're obviously their species is very closely related enough to where they can still breed each other, but it's still not exactly the same thing. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like a polar bear and grizzly bear, basically.
Right,
they can still produce. They can produce offspring, and that offspring is fertile, just like the Nightlights were.
Dragon Pizzlies.
Right. It's
technically,
they basically took heavily off of like real life situations in which animals can hybridize and still reproduce. The offspring can reproduce still.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So, but then Nine Realms kind of fucked it all over because they had like a jet, like over 1,000 years later, Nightlight still exists instead of having been snuffed out by Light Fury genes instead.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Which they should have been.
Yeah. Right. They would have literally just devolved back into being Light Furies because. Unless they got freaky with each other, which they did clearly.
Mm-hmm. So because I am not super knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Would the gene for Night Furies still pop up in a recessive way? Like,
probably not, because like it's what it is more it's Night Furies aren't like aren't a gene. They're an actual species.
Right.
So let's say you bred think of it like like dogs. So if you bred a Chihuahua and a Dachshund, obviously, but then you bred
Yeah.
that offspring, the Chihuahua Dachshund offspring, back to a Dachshund, it would
Okay.
become more Dachshund. Then you took that
Right.
offspring from that resulting thing of the mostly Dachshund, somewhat Chihuahua, bred it back to another Dachshund. Then you keep doing that over and over. It'll just become a Dachshund again.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it,
eventually,
so
it'll
it's
eventually
like
just
how they
overwrite,
create a
yeah.
breed.
Yeah, they're almost, yeah. So at least with breed creation, when you're outcrossing, you select for traits from each breed, basically.
Yeah.
But like in
Okay.
the terms of like wildlife, like it's basically going on right now where like polar bears, if as their population declines, they're going to
Right.
eventually become grizzly bears because they'll only
Yeah.
have grizzly bears to breed with,
Right.
especially with the high amount of hybrids happening now. And
Hmm.
as that progresses, those fertile offspring will be more inclined to choose grizzly bear mates rather than polar
Right.
bear mates, and
Yep.
keep doing that until it's just like polar bears basically just get reabsorbed into the population of being brown bears as a whole.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll basically be a case of there'll be no more polar bears, and their genetics will no longer happen because they'll all just be grizzly bears again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's basically what would happen with the Night Fury and Light Fury situation.
No, and like and then continuing off of that, so like the only way you could probably tell if it gets to that point where like there's no more polar bears and they're all just grizzly bears is probably the only way you would obviously you would be able to see it on their like physical appearance. Probably the only way we could tell would be actually take a blood sample and check the DNA strands
Right,
and
and
look for
even
any
then,
like
it's
no
like it depends on
remnants
how
of
many
different genes.
generations
Yeah.
back, really.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Yeah, that would basically be the only way to tell is like through a genetics lab situation.
DreamWorks, how to breed your dragons.
Yeah, right. Basically.
Look, I like science stuff. I'm just bad at it, so I want to learn.
Yeah, but that's basically how it would go for Night Furies. Again, unless they got freaky with each other, which they clearly did because thousands of years later, nightlights still exist.
It's like, yeah, it's okay. Reptiles are known for being able to inbreed for
Yeah, right.
multiple generations. Like they can handle it fine,
Right. Clearly, that's why.
right?
'Cause, like I
Yeah.
know someone actually did like a full genetic analysis situation, and so either way, like if assuming that they did choose light fury mates like that only the black would still be reabsorbed into white because the white genetics basically dominate the
Right.
genetics out of the black coloration in animals in most cases. So
Yeah.
The more you know.
right, it's like it's a whole wild ride of a thing. Well, however, also too something that you also could say is like to be fair, there might also end up being traits in which night fairies would still pass down, just because those traits would be chosen for in nature because they would benefit the light fairies population. And then,
Yeah,
and then
right.
technically, then at that point, you could probably see a situation where light fairies evolve that trait, from a genetic
On their own.
standpoint. Yeah,
Okay.
because they get it from the night fury, and let's say it was that beneficial to their survival, then nature would generally choose that animals or dragons in this case with that trait.
Right. Yeah, I guess you also have to consider. I mean, well, so see now because I'm thinking because like I feel like 1,000 years are going to be enough time for like a whole new species of dragon to
Yeah.
crop up.
Right.
But yeah,
Yeah, like it's. I mean, it's possible if like depending on how the breeding went.
I mean,
yada,
I mean,
yada,
high fantasy, so it's like it's whatever. It's
but-
like
right, yeah,
some like some hyper rapid evolution shenanigans bullshit going on
Right.
underground. Who knows?
basically.
Just pull a monster versus like just radiation from underground and it sped up the revolution. There
Yeah,
you
right.
go.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's a whole like thing, but there's a lot of stuff to it, really. But I do like when movies like kind of like takes inspiration based off of that stuff though. Anyway, 'cause
Like,
it shows they take their things seriously.
Yeah, like just adapting real life things and try
Yeah,
to
in a more simplified manner, basically.
right. or even just like tweaking it to where, like, I mean, yes, it's like it's high fantasy, but it's still, you can kind of see it where it can be somewhat believable.
Because I mean, hell, that's what How to Train Your Dragon did in general with the classes. You had the strike
Yeah.
class, and all that stuff. So in the fear class,
Mystery
you
class.
mystery class, and then so you had all that, and tracker, like it showed, that's basically like a very simplified version of like all that like classification stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Wait, was there actually any news on what they're doing with the franchise after 9 Realms?
Not that I know of,
Okay.
actually. Yeah, like outside of that, like live action that's supposed to happen, which I
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, kind of for good reason. Like I don't have high hopes for it.
We all want to forget about it.
They're
It's
already
fine.
trying to pull the, we're here for, being, we're sending a good message to people, all inclusive. It's like, I don't give a shit. They're Vikings. Like, just follow the characters.
Right.
Like, it's not about race anymore. It's just about following accuracy.
Or just the actor, just stick with the characters that they are.
Right. But, whatever. It's like then you have the people who are like, oh, well, maybe it'll be good. It's like, nah, at this point, I just, if it's good, it's because it hatched off of the original enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Right.
the only reason. It's like at that point, that has nothing to do with the credit of the movie itself. It has to credit the original that it based itself off of.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Or that it's, frankly, just copying. So.
I'm really worried. With the dragons. How the dragons are
Yeah,
gonna look
the dragons will be the
in
tough
hyper
one.
real. Yeah, hyper real CG, because like their designs are lean more towards cartoony.
Right.
So
They're, like,
even in the book,
are very clearly made to a cartoonish like style, and that's why the CG, the dragons in How to Train Your Dragon worked so incredibly well.
Right.
Is because they kept that style, but they also still had like certain traits that certain things that like have that semblance of realism. So they had the semi-realism pretty much.
Right.
Look, I already have trauma from trying to make dragons in a movie realistic. From freaking Aragon.
Oh yeah.
like
The whole movie was a train wreck.
Yeah, like yes, like because Saphira's design alone didn't really bother me, but yeah, as far as like
Yeah.
like it might as well just been like a completely different fucking story.
Right. It's like
I
was
hated
so
that
bad.
design because she wasn't feathery
yeah,
in
right.
the book.
In the book, she was
Right,
like just
right.
a dragon. Like
Right.
She was leathery. She was scaly. Like
she was literally your generic dragon. So it's like why
Exactly.
change that? Now
Right.
I
Why-
don't mind feathered dragons. I think it's a cool concept. You just have to do it
Right.
right and do it in a situation where it's an own original thing, not
Yeah.
well,
you know.
yeah, but like, here's my thing. She wasn't based off of like an Eastern dragon, which would be more feathery, more like with more hair. Like
Right.
that's not what she was based off of.
Right.
She was based off of a Western style dragon,
Yeah,
which
is
was
literally just
all
scales,
scales and
leathery
leather.
wings, like, yeah,
It's just lizard with wings.
yeah, legitimately that. Like,
So then when that thing came out, and I was like, no.
right? Like,
Just
it
no.
didn't make sense at all. Like, they just completely botched her design, and like the face was really weird too because they very clearly were trying to go for like bird-like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like those like forward-facing eyes and shit, and like it don't work.
No,
It
it
did not
doesn't.
work.
And I was upset the whole time.
It's like even her design in the books very clearly had like not necessarily forward-facing, but like that almost that still that like sideward-facing that you see in reptiles.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That like that people use use in dragon designs because they're reptile-like.
Yeah. And like if you look at the cover of the book,
Yeah.
she has like that elongated snout,
Right.
kind of like a horse.
Yeah. Basically.
Like
Yeah. Not that like.
that's how she's supposed to look.
Yeah. And
Like why would you do this to her?
Yeah, and when you look at the movie design, they clearly made it to try and resemble a beak, but without an actual beak.
Yeah. I'm looking at the images right now.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck are
Yeah,
they?
you can see like the outline too, where they like very obviously modeled it after to be beak-like.
Right.
And I'm like,
it's
annoying.
It's just wrong. Everything about it is just wrong.
Yeah, like
And I was very upset about it.
right. Hell, I found like there's a little like art random design that I found just googling it that like I would have taken this even this would have been fine, just anything but that weird thing they created in the movie.
That would have been perfect.
Right? Like I wouldn't have minded the added fur and feathery protrusions kind of
That
thing.
would have been fine.
Right?
Yeah. Right.
That would have been
Like,
totally fine.
Like, I also feel so sorry for Jeremy Irons and John Malkovich for having to be a part of that dumpster fire.
Right.
Waste of people there.
Right.
My friend and I spent most of that movie making fun of, I forget his name, Murdoch, I think.
Murdoch?
Murtagh?
Murtagh?
Murtagh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Murtagh. Yeah, Murtagh. Yeah.
Because he just looked like a little emo boy the whole
Yeah, right.
time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he's just like a little edgy dude. Like,
And we were just like,
Yeah.
look at the little emo boy. Like, that was just his title the whole time in the movie. And you're just like, I can't feel sympathy for you because you're not a sympathetic looking character.
right? It's like I hate when like movies take things and just botch it so friggin' bad.
And then I felt bad for the creator because the creator was a teenager.
Right, yeah, because it's a good book. I read through that series like
Yeah,
twice.
right?
I loved it.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
series it's on my bookshelf behind me.
It's always why I like dread movies based off of books now because like usually they don't do them justice these days.
No. Not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
And like I'm saying, I also I'm thinking back because this was when did this come out again? This was
It was like early 2000s.
2006.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I think like the Harry Potter films were still like very much a thing at the time. So
Right.
everyone's
Yep.
trying to like get on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it was so like, let's do this while it's still popular. And it was like, okay. And then when they did it and they botched it, everybody was like, maybe not.
Right,
Yep.
you know, there's like they're very and like you know like there's obviously movies that are good based off books that are more just obviously real life, but like it's usually the fantasy ones that get absolutely screwed over hard.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants to follow the actual book.
They did Game of Thrones dirty as hell. Like no, don't get me wrong, I'm not big on the Game of Thrones things like just in general.
Right.
Like I just watched it more because those dragons were actually really fucking cool designs. Like they were incredibly designed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's really about it though. But it's like, you
Yeah,
know,
'cause I didn't read
I've
the
heard a
books,
lot
I
of
think-
stuff where they botched it hard from where the books were going.
Yeah, because
I
I
haven't
haven't read the
watched it.
books and I hadn't. Yeah, like I finally got around to watching it. I think last year.
Yeah,
last year
it was
or
about
this year,
last year,
I
I
think,
think. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you started it. Yep.
Yeah, like I binged it all last year for. I was like, okay,
Right,
that was
yeah.
interesting.
Yep.
I like the dragon.
Right, and then so one that recently came out though, however, that actually was pretty fair. I do think they could have gone a little darker with it. Ironically named His Dark Materials, you know. So basically the fresher take on Golden Compass.
Oh, they redid it?
Yeah. Oh wait. They made a TV series out of it instead. Or
Oh, yeah,
I think
that's
it was
right.
Apple
That's
TV's.
right.
Yeah. Now the disappointing thing to me, of course, obviously, was the bear fight.
We usually
I
don't
got
do
Lin-
those justice.
Yeah, because like
Was that Lin-Manuel Miranda in that one? The
Yep.
TV
Yep.
series?
I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm looking at it right now. Yep.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
got him, James McAvoy. Yep.
Yeah, you know, honestly, just like outside of like, you know, a lot of it was actually pretty solid and pretty good overall. Like in terms.
I
of
could
His
never
Dark
get past the
Materials.
second book.
Yeah. And so I liked both the books, but also like the series. It turned out pretty well overall, and I feel like it did a lot of the characters justice and did stuff well. What is it? However, I will say Lee Scoresby. Yeah, he's. Yeah, they did not do him right. I personally did not like him. To me, he will forever be that old gunslinging cowboy.
Yeah,
man.
right,
Like-
right. Yeah, because I was thinking about it because I was looking at the cast here. I'm like, wait, Scoresby. That's what. Wait, why are they putting Miranda as Scoresby? I'm like,
Right. Just like, yeah, it's because see, it's like, yeah, I don't think it works for what they did with in the
in the movie.
no in the movie
Or,
the movie Scoresby was like the one I preferred. It's
Right.
yeah
Yeah.
the what's his dick
The series.
yeah series movie
In the series. Yeah.
series yeah the series one was later. I was like
Yeah, I don't want this younger Scoresby fucking. What ethnicity is Miranda?
He is Puerto Rican.
Okay, yeah, the Puerto Rican Scoresby.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like Sam Elliott Lee Scoresby was like the goat Lee Scoresby.
Yeah, right.
He was the man, the myth, the legend there.
My rugged,
Right? It just,
rugged white-haired cowboy.
right.
Scores
Now,
rating.
I do, of course, obviously forget how they depicted him in the book itself. It's been a while.
Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, but, it's like, so obviously,
It's been a while.
one or the other,
I haven't
yeah,
read the series in a bit.
yeah, but, like, I just definitely preferred, the, the one,
Yeah, the movie one.
yeah, movie one.
Who also sometimes moonlights as a rugged T-Rex herding longhorns.
Yeah, right. Oh my god, like the duality of man right there. Yeah, oh my god, fucking yeah. Samuel at least scores me best scores me, but
Yeah, right.
I did like what they did with Yorick though, in terms of the series. They had
Oh,
they had
okay.
much heavier involvement with him too, which was really good. Like,
Okay.
That's the bear, right?
yeah, Yorick Burnison.
That's right.
Then I forget what
I'm
they
like,
called.
I'm trying to remember all the characters' names because it's been so long since I read the series. And I only made it through the second book
Yeah,
3 times
yeah, and then
because I get really frustrated.
yeah, and then I know in the series they also renamed or changed out the bad bear's name from Ragnar to Eofor,
Okay,
and he was actually pretty cool too. But just like the bear fight was so anticlimactic though, like unbelievably anticlimactic. It didn't have any of that like intensity and stuff. It was just it was literally just like looking at like polar bears fight, except slightly more modern, or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you may as well have just been like, put 2 polar bears in like, an old ancient architect area and just have them fight it out and film
Yeah,
it.
right. Because all right,
Because
this
that's
is like
effectively what it was for like the
yeah.
series.
Because again, we're in high fantasy, and these are fucking polar bears that can talk. They're clearly
Yeah,
hyper
right.
intelligent.
Yeah,
so
they-
it is the reason that they can have no battle techniques, and this would be right. It can have more
Right.
choreography to it. Right.
Yeah, because
From memory?
It was really dumb.
From memory, though, that fight was essentially just polar bears fighting.
I mean, it was. However, in the movie, so what it was is like at least in the movie they at least added in like more like combat based things like in like actual situations where it wasn't specifically just like it wasn't just basically watching a bears fight on a documentary. It was
right.
watching them actually.
Oh,
Like,
did they add
engage in
like
proper
music
combat.
and whatnot?
Well,
Yeah, like,
in
'cause, like-
the movie, yeah, like the movie.
Yeah, because
was
like in the
very
movie,
good.
there's a lot of grappling, but it's clear that they're trying to get the upper hand to knock each
Yeah,
other off.
and they were
or
like
knock the other
aiming for
off
specific
balance,
areas, like they, like,
Right.
for example,
okay.
how
like trying to tear into the chainmail and things like that,
yeah,
knocking
and,
off
like
the
knocking off the
helmets,
helmets, and how Ragnar
Yep.
like bit his paw and stuff and used that for his advantage.
Yeah, to cripple him. Yep.
And like
Okay.
intentionally went for the paw and like swung him around using it like as an actual strategy, like as if you were in a fight, but still a bear, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Whereas
Yeah, because
again,
there's
the
clearly
series,
actual thought to it.
yeah, the series fight was literally just like it's
Just-
basically just documented bear fight. Yeah, that was all it was, and then like the kill wasn't even that like it wasn't even like that hype either. It's just like you just see like the character whimpering in the main part of the screen, and in the background it's just when the kill happens. I'm like, that's boring. let me see him knock his jaw off again. Like, that
right.
shit
Knock
was
his
raw.
jaw bite his throat and
Yeah.
just snap his neck 90
Yeah, right.
degrees.
Like that shit was raw. Show me that again.
Because because I remember reading it. Like I said, it's been a hot minute, but I do remember it was like basically just them fighting like polar bears. There wasn't a huge, like, massive theatric about it, except for the fact that it was
Yeah,
the
they're armored
clan.
bears.
Like it was like it was emotionally charged thing, but it wasn't much of a theatric kind
Yeah,
of
not
thing.
not a real spectacle to it or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more primal than it was
Mm-hmm.
like modern or
Yeah, just a lot of
Strategic.
and pawing, just like wait.
yeah. Well, like, it was like quick too,
Right.
Yeah.
because you're talking thousands of pounds of muscle just physically throwing themselves at each other, getting
Mhm.
snapped in half. Basically, it was great.
Yeah.
It was great to read.
Yeah.
Not as a 13-year-old when I first read it, but
Yeah.
13-year-old me was like, I don't think I should be reading this. But that's okay.
Yeah. Here we go. So I found a little info about it. So yeah. So in the actual like in the Golden Compass, I'm not sure. let's see, because it should be talking
Just
about the book. Golden Compass, not the. Yeah, like both bears enter the battle with their armor and everything and tearing it off piece by piece,
right.
and
Okay.
stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'd have to definitely go back into the books and double check the fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
I
But
have my book upstairs. I can go
Yeah,
get it,
right.
but it'd take a minute.
Yeah, but it's like it was definitely very lackluster in his Dark Materials. I mean, well, what I'll do after this, MZ, I'll show you the two comparison points.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can see what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
the
it's
visual's
been a
definitely
minute.
easier for sure too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from a production standpoint, like I get it, CGI is expensive as hell,
Right,
so you
you
gotta
know, it's
like,
like,
on TV show, I completely get them like in it like super short, and like
Yeah.
even having shit like happen off screen,
Yeah.
because that shit is.
They also have
expensive as hell.
more restrictions on television versus
Mhm. Yeah, right. Versus
Right.
movies.
films, yeah,
Right.
movies, yeah.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, because it still
but
goes
for
cracks.
Oh, good.
Oh no, I was just saying it like still cracks me up because back when the She-Hulk TV show came out, because that was literally I think in the last episode that was like a whole thing because she like literally like breaks the fourth wall in a way where she like breaks out of the Disney Plus app
Yep.
to like go to another app to get to like the Marvel headquarters movie set wherever like to go to the headquarters and talk to the AI that's running the whole MCU.
Amazing.
Right. And,
And she's like, okay, hold on. Well, and the AI's like, okay, we'll talk, but I need you to change back first because animating She-Hulk is very expensive. But wait until the camera's off you to transform. Okay,
Yeah.
now. Okay, now pan the camera back. Okay, now let's talk. That was, it's so stupid.
Okay, here we go. So so no, yeah, oh my god, the book was even more raw than both the movie and the show were together.
Really?
Yeah, let's see, Yorick, when the time came for Yorick to finish off his opponent, viewers may have expected to see Yorick rip off Eofor's jaw and eat his heart, which is how the battle ended in the book. You see? So, like, shit was raw.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
That's
so-
probably why I was like, I don't think I should be reading this.
But, and then like, keep in mind, this is the same network on the, that aired Game of Thrones.
Right.
So, like,
Okay.
But it's
the
a
HBO
different-
standards, they were like,
It is technically a young adult book, so they might be afraid that young adults are trying to watch it.
That could have been the case. However, like, it's definitely a situation of, like, who really knows?
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because, like,
Yeah.
also,
Just
like, when you think about
guessing.
it, because, like, when you think about it, too, it's like, because they made this, and they probably understand, or they should understand, really, well, I guess I give them too much credit, that they would, big TV stuff will ever understand, but, the people that they would technically be going for is the people who, are
Read
of
the book.
our age, who would have read this book a long time ago.
Yeah, right.
So
Yeah.
it would make sense to give us that more like intensity, but they could just a lot of reasons. But anyway, yeah, it's just like
But yeah,
it was definitely a case
I do
where,
remember. Do remember that? Do remember
yeah,
reading
show
that?
versus movie versus book. Just like book definitely took it, obviously, and like
Oh, yeah.
that goes all the way back into the whole thing of like a lot of shows and movies now based off fantasy are like just really lackluster when it comes to following certain things in the book.
Well, like the book in itself was really brutal because there's a lot of things dealing with her parents that are
Right.
like, what? Like her.
The book was like
Is it her
vicious.
mother or her dad's demon that like rips other demons apart bit by bit?
Trying to think here. Let's see, because like
Who has the monkey?
oh yeah,
Oh,
that's her mother. So that's
Yeah.
Yeah, her mother's monkey literally rips little
Right.
demons apart bit by bit.
exactly.
Oof.
It's like like shit in the book got like real intense.
Because there's like a scene I specifically remember where she's ripping a demon in pieces.
Yeah. And, they still like gentled that down in the show, and especially in the movie. The movie,
Oh yeah,
the
'cause
monkey
they
was
just
barely
disintegrate
anything.
into sparkles.
Yeah, I mean, in the movie, the monkey barely did anything. The show did have a lot more like of that monkey showing that like violent tendency though, which was like definitely interesting because like at least they followed that to a degree. Like, I can show you that scene as well. I'm saying,
Yeah,
yeah, because it was pretty interesting for sure.
I'm pretty sure it was like a butterfly demon too.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
That it was ripping up into pieces as you were sitting there watching this
Right.
going on, and Lyra's just sitting there like terrified.
Mm-hmm.
And then her dad wasn't any better. I think he shot somebody or something. Like, it was not really, like, it was supposed to be a young adult series, but it definitely was not
Yeah.
really a young adult series.
Yeah, and that's the big thing. I think it's like a lot of the series you typically see as being casted as young adult are just were definitely. To be fair, also remember this like back in our time. This was also when people were, well, frankly, not as overly sensitive to things.
Yeah, right.
So young adult back then could be a lot more, I guess, real than today's.
Broad.
Yeah, a lot more broad, a lot
Today's-
more like vicious
right.
than today's young adult.
Today's weenies.
Yeah, right. Than today's young adult like spectrum in terms of books and stuff. Like a lot of past the young adult stuff would definitely be like full on adult books these days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how Warriors today though is still advertised as young adult, even though it's like we've literally had like some of the most like violent scenes in that book. Like literally, there's like a scene about like like a cat getting his like stomach shredded open and bleeding out on the ground, like 9 times over. So like it's like, yeah, it's pretty. There's definitely a different set standard too, though, for sure, in terms of like the level of sensitivity and stuff and things that people can take versus then and now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. See, this actually reminds me of some more going back to the Hobbit trilogy. So there's like some more in the extended edition. So in the Battle of the Five Armies. So like you're because like in the Thatcher race, like no very generic, no violence and what going on. But like in the extended edition, holy shit, you see like orc and troll heads like just fucking getting torn off and exploded in a bloody mess, limbs getting cut and just blood going everywhere. It is.
Oh yeah.
Glorious and messy. And I was like, where? What? Holding out on us? Why?
Right.
So I read The Hobbit in 7th grade
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
for school.
Yeah.
So like, this doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah,
I
right.
remember reading this battle
Right. Now.
as a 7th grader, like, do.
Right. It's like a thing where like I don't and obviously I don't mind. I certainly don't mind a little bit more like intense and gory and like stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also like my big thing too is like I think there's this weird thing where like shows try to like also make it their selling point, and then at that point I also find that very boring.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
they
they
play too
overdo it
hard
just
to
to
it,
do
yeah.
it.
Yeah, when they lean too hard to it, then at that point it just kind of takes away from the show or the movie or whatever. And I'm like, now it's just getting kind of boring and overdone.
Like, it's one thing to do it to heighten the emotional bit,
Right.
but once it's like that's the only thing they're doing.
Right. If it's like the next thing you know, when the whole battle scene is just like heads getting like brutally smashed and brain matter everywhere, then at that point you're just like, okay, now this is going from building up the actual emotion and scene to just kind of getting boring and like stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of like the explosions that happen in action films,
Right.
and it's just explosion. And I'm like, okay,
Basically.
that's great.
Michael Bay explosions.
Right.
Basically.
Literally.
But
Like, one of my favorite scenes in I think it's a Lord of the Rings movies. Yeah, it is. Where he's like, no man can kill me or something, and the woman like takes her helmet off. She's like, good thing I'm not a man. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. That was a perfect amount of emotion
Yeah.
and wrath that I was like, okay.
yeah, right. Yeah, because in the movie she says, "I am no man," and like stabs her. But I don't know if she said it differently in the book or not.
Yeah.
Wait, was she even a character in the book?
I don't remember. I haven't read the whole Lord of the Rings series because Fellowship of the Ring is such a slog to get through
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's where I have struggled the most. It's so slow to start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I have all the books. I just can't force myself to get through the slog.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, going back to no, just doing things for having doing something for the sake of doing it, just or like over the top explosions or whatever. So like I see a lot of similar thing in like horror video games, especially in the last like decade or so, where it just ends up being like just some obnoxious gore fest or obnoxious body horror fest, and there's like no real like or just nothing but jump scare for jump scare for jump scare,
Right.
right?
Oh, I've
So-
noticed that in some
Yeah.
of the games that you've played.
Yeah, so it's really hard to like sift through all that and find the ones where they have like a good balance and like a compelling story going on. Where it's like, because like, sure, you have your FNAFs where it's like, yes, the whole thing is like jump scare central, but the deeper lore of that whole franchise just it's so in depth and convoluted, and it's so much fun that like it more than makes up for it for most people.
Right.
Right, and then of course you have like the Resident Evils
Playtime.
where. Yeah, probably. Yeah,
That one's fun.
probably Playtime. We have one of the few where, like, yeah, they got it right, and it's like it's more balanced, more hyper focused on what it's trying to do.
Right.
And that one's fun. That's fun for me to watch, even though I hate it. Like, I hate being scared. I hate it. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
not my favorite. But like, I can sit and watch that one and learn
Right.
the lore and be entertained watching somebody else play that.
Right.
Yeah, we finally got our first gameplay trailer for Chapter 3, I think, a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I guess
Yes, I
Guess we need to watch that later.
Yeah, I'll show you after. But yeah, but like what I was saying, so take like Resident Evil where it's I mean, yes, it has its horror elements, but I think it's more so there is just like
That
action
one's lore
adventure
heavy.
and yeah, like yeah, again, it also has like a fair amount of lore and like and it has like this unique campiness to it.
Yeah.
The fan base just loves. So that's like kind of its own unique thing there. And then of course you have like again, like you said before, you have like probably playtimes or I think a few of the Amnesia games did well. What am I thinking of? Or
Yeah.
again, like a goofy one, like fucking Choo Choo Charles.
Oh my god.
just off the rails, having fun with it.
Right. Honestly, that was really entertaining. Once you
You're right.
Charles, though. Oh my god. I kind of wish that was multiplayer. I feel like that would have been
I
really
know.
fucking hilarious to play together.
Oh man. Oh really? I can't wait for a continuation of that. I need it.
Yeah, right.
Even observation duty is pretty entertaining.
Yeah. Again, like very unique, like focused experience.
Right.
Where it's just like, yeah, you're on a security cam and you're looking for paranormal shit, and you gotta report it before you die.
Right. Oh man.
Very, very straightforward.
Yep.
For some reason, that one doesn't scare me as much.
Yeah.
I mean, when it's one of those ones where you really have to be in control of it to really get the
a
proper
full-
experience. Yeah, because if you're just watching over the shoulder, it's like, eh.
Right.
Because like, especially if like over a stream, but if you're like all in the same room on the same couch watch together, then I think it would be like infinitely
Oh, a bit better.
more enjoyable. Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, but when you're just watching like your computer on a stream, whatever, yeah, it's
Love
just like
hearing
not
you
quite the
jump
same.
scare. It's
Yeah.
great.
Because it's especially annoying, like if there's a delay, because like
Yeah.
you hear me go off, but you don't see what happened yet until like 5 seconds later,
Yeah, right.
It's great.
and it ruins it. So it's
Yeah,
just
right.
like-
It's, I like that real time, you know.
right. Ah.
It's funny though.
Yep. That being said, we have actually reached our 2 hours.
God
That
damn
was
it.
easy, right?
Damn it.
Man. As
Where
funny
does
as
the
it
time
made it.
go?
Yeah, right. Oh, time flew right by for this one hard. That being said, it means we must end it here. So,
Thank you all once again for listening. We will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
later.
Bye.